Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to do a little deep dive into the somatic healing approach. So often people come to me to do the final piece of their inner child healing, and this is what society doesn't really understand. The somatic piece, getting your trauma self on board with your evolved self, is a process. I want to teach you how to trust your intuition over your trauma, to know the difference, and to release these stuck points from your body. Watch this video. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please click the little subscribe button, the bell, to receive notifications when I release new videos. And if you've been with us for a while, thank you so much and welcome back. I'm Candace from Dell. I've been working as a spiritual mentor for the last 12 years, and I specialize in inner child healing and integration. A lot of that means somatic release. So we're going to be talking about this for the next 10 plus minutes. I'm going to show you ways to do this for yourself. I'm going to show you how I work, and we're going to go into some examples. So first thing I want to mention, if you guys missed my live class, my live free masterclass, All In, the link is below if you want to see the replay. In that masterclass last Friday, I invited a couple strangers I've never met before up to do the somatic release with me. One of the things that I do, if you don't know this, is I can tune into the system where there's blocks. I can tune into your energy system. I can see what age is blocked. And what's interesting about that work is when we pull out the age, we see that that is always the stuck point, but also the original wound. The place that you first had a trauma that said, something's wrong with me, life isn't safe, I need to be different, I need to abandon parts of myself. This is the original wound. Oftentimes, the original wound also equals unworthiness. Every time we have a coping mechanism that means we have to self-abandon, we are micro-abandoning ourselves all the time. And the more we abandon ourselves, the less worthy we feel. The more we start to claim our emotional truth, the more worthy we innately feel, because we're telling our inner child, it's safe to be you. You are aligned with you, which means you're worthy of being you, and so on and so forth. So what I want to dive into today is the somatic release. Oftentimes people will say, Candace, I understand everything. I've done all this work. Why is it not working? Because you can't think your way through trauma. You can't think your way through unsticking energy. You can't think your way through releasing emotional experiences or emotion that has been stuck for many years. I call this many different things, but you can't do that. So there happens to be a disconnect where you start to then battle yourself and blame yourself for not being able to do the work because the trauma takes over. Something we have to understand is the emotional pain body. The emotional pain body is what informs our thoughts. So we'll have a hit that comes from a trigger, that comes from a stuck emotional experience that was never integrated. We'll have a hit in our body somewhere, and that informs our thinking based on the original experience. So if I'm with a client, if you watch my masterclass, you'll see me do this live with people. If I'm with a client and all of a sudden I start getting the message at 8 years old, and I'll ask this client, hold on, something happened at 8. And you'll see this in the replay. And the client says, oh my God, that's when my parents got divorced, right? So that's the first initial hit of, am I not worthy of my own family? Is there something wrong with me? Why did God give this to me? Whatever it is, but it had an emotional experience. So that will be a similar emotional experience in your body that then informs the thoughts from the 8-year-old. So this is about integrating those ages and those times in your life so that you can literally live in alignment with your adult consciousness and stop being pulled back by the unintegrated inner child wound from the past, right? So I think that's pretty clear, right? We understand this. So what we first need to do when we're doing somatic release or inner child integration is we have to get real about how we feel so we can heal. I've been saying that for over a decade, right? And what it means is a lot of people will have cover emotion. Like I have a lot of clients that have to actually do this, where they will tell me a sad story while they're laughing. And I'll be like, why are you micro-abandoning your emotional truth? And this one client last week said, what do you mean? I said, you just told me a really crazy story and you were laughing But if I were just to show you what I feel like you feel like, I'm going to show you. So I told her the story again with a straight face. And she goes, oh my God, that's how I feel. That's funny that I do that. And I said, why do you do that? So this is a stuck emotion. And she says, I do that, I guess, because I don't want other people to feel uncomfortable with the story that I'm about to share because it's a really sad story. And I said, so you micro abandon your own emotional truth to make other people feel comfortable. And she said, shit, I guess I do. And I said, okay, we're not going to do that anymore. Because when you do that, you're abandoning your emotional truth, which then means you're not feeling worthy inside of owning what you truly feel. Do you see how that works, right? The inner child is really brilliant. So the inner child hears everything you do instead of everything that you feel. Because when your actions, your aligned action steps are not in alignment with what you truly feel, your inner child feels like she or he is not worthy, or it's not okay or safe to have emotional truth. When we're living in our emotional truth, we then engender the participation of synchronicities, aligned opportunities. When we're abandoning or micro abandoning these truths due to this worry for other people because of a trauma where we need everyone to like us or whatever it is, our body is in alignment with our truth. Therefore, neither is our life. Really take that in. This is a big one. So the first thing is getting real about how you feel so you can heal. After you get real about how you feel so you can heal, the next thing you need to do is stop judging what you feel. That's what people do all day long. They're like, I shouldn't feel this by now. I should be over it. I'm like, you are experiencing a trauma. Your inner child is waiting for a permission slip to heal. You're not giving it to your inner child. So it's constantly looking externally to people that are not going to be able to do that because it's an inside job, right? So we do that. We project our power onto our partner. Therefore, our power is no longer inside of our body. It's externalized. Really take that in. Again, unworthiness. Worthiness feels like my power is internal. I'm empowered. I'm working from a place of power instead of giving it away. How we give ourselves a permission slip is, again, being honest, not judging what we feel, but instead being like, wow, it makes sense, validating. It makes sense that I feel this way. What people do is they're like, oh, Candace, I know better by now. Why am I not healing? And I say, because you didn't do the somatic piece, which is giving your inner child the permission slip to feel what it feels without judgment. It's about not doing to our inner child what was done to us as a child, but becoming the parent we always needed and never received. We also do this other thing before I show you how to heal this. We do this thing called the protective mechanism. We're protecting ourselves from being rejected or hurt. So we do that first. We reject ourselves first. And when we have that protection so strong, we're not only protecting ourselves from the outside world, but we're not able to receive our own wisdom from the inside, the wise guide inside. So then we're stuck back in mom or dad's head, like they're inside of our head, right? So our thoughts are theirs, not ours. Or our thoughts are our narcissistic partners and not ours. So really take all that in. So first step is getting real about how you feel. Second step, not judging what you feel. Third step, aligning your actions with what you feel. When you allow the feeling to come up without judgment and not attaching any identity or meaning to what you feel, but letting it be. What happens all the time in all my sessions is people start having insight and clarity because they let the feeling be what it is neutrally. And then I ask them to give it a voice and they start saying things like, oh my God, she's really terrified. She's really scared of mom. What I'll then do is bring mom into the conscious reality right now and seeing that experience play out, staying neutral. And you can start to see the truth of the experience rather than the childlike perception that you decided meant something about you that got stuck in your body. I do this every single week live in my truth room with everyone who's there. Anyone who raises their hand, I stay as long as it takes to get to every person. I'm going to suggest you think about joining the truth room. We actually added a lot of benefits to each level. So the new truth room is level 1 gets 1 live call with me per month, plus all my mini courses for free. All recordings as well. Level 2 gets me every single week live courses, plus 3 of my signature courses. Level 3 gets all of that plus 6 of my signature courses, all of my courses, and my hot seat coaching, which is 3 to 5 people per week called Inner Work. That's all included in my membership level 3. The reason we have this membership, by the way, and I need to talk about it because people ask me about it all day long on DM, right? So I want to get clear on this video. The reason we created the membership is one-on-one coaching. There's not enough me to go around for all the people that want to coach. Also, a lot of people don't have the financial ability to do one-on-one sessions all the time. So you get 4 sessions for half the price of one when you're in my Truth Room level 2. 4 live calls a month. 4 live calls a month with me is very expensive one-on-one. It is half the price of one session to get 4 sessions, plus my courses. We did it this way so I could serve more people at one time in that hour to 90 minutes. So if you've been wanting to work with me and you're like, I can't afford it, level 1 is $98 for a live session and mini courses. Level 2 is $248 for 4 live sessions and 3 of my courses, which are almost $1,000 a piece anyway. And level 3 is $748 with all of my courses, which is like $15,000, plus my inner work, which is a lot more expensive than this. So you get all of that for a very good price for what you're getting, the value, so that you can actually learn and get this available to you. People who can't afford that or don't even want to do that, please check out my Patreon. I have a $5 level, a $10 level, a $20 level. I think there's another level in there now too, where you get to ask me personal questions. So please check all those links below. A lot of times people say to me, I wish I could afford to work with you. This is what we've created to make it more affordable. I just had a few more people sign up yesterday at the $20 a month level in Patreon. So you'll get access to me, personal access, where I'm writing you emails back, right? So these are the beautiful options that we've created. Also, just so you know, I do have some space left till the end of the year for one-on-one sessions or couples coaching. I also do email coaching. I also do DM coaching. So all of these available options are now open. Before I forget, I have to tell you guys about my retreat. We do have 3 spots left for my retreat. It is in Punta, Cana, October 29th to November 2nd. I'm so excited about it. It is a luxury retreat. We are staying in an amazing villa. This is women only. And with me, with a private chef, a butler, cleaning service, we have a yacht, we have floating sound baths, we have equine therapy, and I have a very big surprise the last night for those women who are coming. I'm only taking 8 to 10 women. We do have 3 spots left. I would love to have you. If you have any questions about it, please comment or email me or go to my website. Other than that, all of these links will be below in the description. Please share this video, at least one person you think it could heal. When we do these groups together, by the way, in person at the retreat or in my live classes, the healing is almost instant, honestly. A lot of people have instantaneous healing, you'll see in the master class, because the consciousness being held is so sacred and also so dialed in. And when we have witnesses and groups of people who are dialed into a higher consciousness, our healing goes higher faster. I love you guys. Please come say hi to me over on Instagram. Please share this like I asked. If you have any questions, please comment them. I love you so much. I'll see you soon.